Now, I have to tell you all about this lizard because I picked them up there as a clone and everything. You can't handle them in real life because you get like something like foot and mouth disease from touching them. They're called the Vril, V-R-I-L or V-R-I-L-L. And they're from far, far underground. And people kept them secret because they've been indoctrinated into a few religions over the past few centuries, or not past few, they were back in ancient Egypt and everything. They have all kinds of names, mimics, doppelgangers, Anunnakis, chupacabras, all kinds. They're these reptilians that people are talking about, and these shapeshift that people are talking about, but the shapeshift is not what David Icke tells you. And the reptilians are not multidimensional. It is this dimension. It all happens in this one dimension, and it's not mystical or magical at all. It's a biological property of their body. They can body snatch people, and the Illuminati use them to replace people that are a problem. You see, these lizards are smarter than a chimpanzee, and they're saying that this is probably the thing that's going to cause the greatest stir in human history, finding out about the parasite lizards. People have kept them secret because in the past they used to think they were magic. They didn't know what parasites were. So they would get this thing, I'll tell you all about them, how they parasite a human and everything. They have a thing on the top of their head they call a quill. It's a proboscis. It's their spinal cord with these things can eject this thing once in their life, and it goes into your eye, and the person's eye, the victim's eye, spirals around the optic nerve all the way into the brain till it gets to a certain point, and then it excretes stuff, and the cells that it excretes are parasitic, and it takes over the brain totally. There's no coming back for the human. It becomes what they call a host or a drone. The drone is a totally obedient slave, is happy to be a human now. The old lizard's body, which is like a foot to 2 feet tall, the type 1 type, is dead now. The spinal cord's out of it, no putting it back in. And it takes people over. Sometimes it causes a swelling of the eye. But they keep it pretty secret. It's what the Egyptian symbol is, with the eye of Horus, with the squiggly sticking out of the eye. That's what it is. They stick the squiggly thing into your eye and take you over. It's really bad.
I've heard you say this on another show, and this has been the hardest thing for me to accept as real. But
me too. I didn't believe it until I saw it. I had to see it myself there. But and I didn't believe it. I thought it was some kind of a splice thing, because I've seen splice things too. They tried to make weapons for war out of making splice things, and the best thing they made was a spider crossed with a horse. I'll tell you about that some other time. It's not really important. It's big, but it's the best thing that they made. They made like rat scorpions, all kinds of stuff. Anything they could make, just to see if they could get medical science breakthrough or something that could tear through soldiers or something. So I've seen lots of them, and they try to pass them off as aliens to me too, and I was like, yeah, probably just another splice thing you guys have here. Like, you don't understand. They victimized me bad there. They figured that nobody would ever know about the place, so they all feel really secure in doing whatever they want there. And they can remotely kill people from there if they have a clone of you there. They can put a constant electric charge to your clone, and it will cause you to die in real life by an aneurysm or stroke with an aneurysm. If they mess you up sporadically, it messes up your heart, and which is what happened to me. My heart's not feeling good these days, and I'm only 37. I'm supposed to be pretty healthy, but
so
yeah.
Is that the reason that they're creating clones, so that they can kill people or use the clones for rituals, or what is?
Well, they do the rituals there now. They do rituals sometimes, but they're modernized now. They know these rituals don't do anything. It was really just the old people that used to keep that going for tradition and to scare people, scare the kids that are stuck there, memory repressed, into never saying no, right? It's really, they have it like really regulated. It's just really clockwork. They give kids their Stockholm syndrome, and then the kids are way more compliant, and they scare them with the lizards and everything, and it's...
How did you get chosen, Donald?
What's that?
How did you get chosen?
Well, when I got brought there when I was 5, I was originally brought there for what they call a diddle kid, and that was a child molestation victim. So anyway, they brought me there, and these men coming at me, and so I just cried, right? Cried, and they said, well, what are you going to do? Can you sing and dance or anything? What are you good for? So I sang a song, and then a famous person ended up using it. And then after that, to this specific cloning station, more people started coming, because a few nights after that, they brought me back and told me to make another song, and I did. And I can't remember which one the second one was, but it was near effortless. And they were all in awe, sitting in the stands, and I was like, okay, so maybe I'll get out of here again. And I couldn't understand how I'd gotten back here and back home again from the last time, but in real life, I couldn't remember anything. When it happens, you just wake up and you think that you can't remember your dreams. It does give you side effects in real life, but you just think, you're just feeling ill that day or something. They mess people up on worldwide scale because they feel really confident no one's ever going to catch them.
It's a little incoherent to me why you were chosen. What is your background that you ended up in this place? Yeah.
Oh, well, my mother was already there. Little did I know. And she, I guess, had given permission to have me brought there. Not that they need permission. They just bring kids there on a, assembly line basis. Any kids that are cute, they will bring them there to be used, right? And no one's the wiser. They just don't get caught because no one's going to talk about it because they fear getting cloned and tortured, and they fear the lizards. And also, after you die, which is the third part that I wanted to talk to you about, it's another big problem. See, when it's the third aspect. There's the cloning, there's the lizard parasite problem, which makes the drones, which are crazy. And then there's the dead consciousnesses recorded on microchip. Now, a bunch of billionaires years ago got together and they said, we're going to die someday. We can't buy ourselves out of it. We can start wars in different countries. We can kill people from different countries and whatever we want. But we can't keep ourselves from dying. We can't take our wealth with us. So why don't we all put our heads together? We'll throw a couple billion to 1,000 Chinese people and get them all set on cloning technology and figure out how to live forever, because I don't want to die. So they did that, and they figured it out. Only problem is the technology is flawed. It's kind of like, it's not as bad as, but it's kind of like the movie Pet Sematary, when the person comes back not the same and they're all evil and stuff. Well, what they do is they put the person's, everything that the person is, allegedly, on a microchip and record the consciousness, and then if the person dies that day, they take that microchip, because they can re-record every night, and they take that microchip and put it into either a clone or a real person's body, which has less side effects, which is what they do, and take them over bodily, just like how the lizards do, but with a microchip. And these dead people, they don't want to get shut down, because you see lizard drones, parasited hosts, they'd have to be killed to be wiped out. Like, you'd have to kill them bodily, like a head chop off or anything. But with the dead consciousness chip heads people, you just have to press a button on them and they get deactivated. They drop limp. And they don't want to be shut down. They're scared of the hereafter and all, because they've been real bad in real life and stuff. And anyway, this is like the biggest anybody's ever talked about them, ever, because everybody's afraid.
I've recently read something or heard something, I can't remember which, about the fact that they believe that they don't have to die, and so that they will never be taken to task. In other words, they'll never be called in front of the Creator to have to pay the consequences of what they've done. So, So
They've,
you're
they've
saying the
said
same
that.
thing, basically.
They've said that. Now the thing is, so that people can understand how they would have told me about all of their tech and about the lizards and stuff. What happened was when I was 5 and I made that song, everybody loved the song world over. I won't even tell you the song because it's like way back there. It's all really hard to believe, but I'll tell you right now, like absolute truth, I made more songs than anybody in the history of the earth, of humanity, because they brought me back there every single night, and then I just kept on making songs for weeks and weeks when I was 5, and then it started to trickle away. I was like, I can't think anything. Then they started to scare me, and then I thought of some more. Then they started to like smash me around and hurt me, and I thought of some more, and then it just got into a routine program of sing us a song or we're going to smash the hell out of you. And that's what they did, and it gives you side effects in real life, makes you sick and stuff, but they didn't care. They never paid me, never contacted me in real life or anything. They just kept on bringing me back there like a slave prisoner every night. And they invited me to talk out about them. They said, we don't care what you do. You can't do anything to us. And they had high-profile people there. I mentioned them all on my Facebook wall, which ones they are. And I was like, no, you're impostering this person with a clone of them, with someone else's consciousness in them. This person wouldn't have anything to do with this place. And it turns out that they do. They all go there for a gross old time and to victimize people, because they're all basically losers. I have to tell you, the Illuminati, the elite, I hate calling them the elite because they're such losers. These bloodlines and stuff, they're all inbred. Like, they followed a Luciferian teaching about inbreeding makes you strong, and incest makes you young, and eating children has a beautifying effect, age preserving effect. They're just...
There's no doubt in my mind that they believe that. I want to invite people to go to a website. If you don't believe that the Illuminati are consuming human blood and body parts, definitely there's a website called infants-blood.info, and you will see some people are calling the website a hoax, but I'm pretty convinced that these people are not only drinking the blood but bathing in it, and they think that it keeps them useful. What?
I can tell you all about it. They showed me a lot of stuff. And let me tell you, other people in the past have said that Queen Elizabeth eats people and stuff. Well, she does. And she says that it's a beauty preservation technique. Now, they found out...
I don't see why people who are consuming the flesh and blood of dead animals... Most of the people on the planet right now are doing the exact same thing that the Illuminati are doing. I mean, they're not being cannibals because they're not eating other humans, but eating the flesh and blood of an animal is the same thing. We think it keeps us healthy.
Well, the thing is, there's when cows eat other cows, they get mad cow disease. It's called...
Well, yes, and that's probably what's going on with the queen.
Encephalitis. It's well, humans get that too if they eat humans. And people didn't know that until about the time of the mad cow disease discovery. And so they found out kind of too late. So they're 3/4 retarded now from like eating people and stuff. At the Picton murders and stuff, with all those hookers that died there, they had people over there for a barbecue eating some of the women there just to see what human tastes like, because clones, I guess, taste different or something. So I don't know. They're pretty sick.
Ew.
Oh, those gold-foiled babies. You probably heard about Alex Jones. Like, he goes to the cloning station too. He's one of those. He's like a double agent. It's sick. He's only allowed to say what they're allowed, or what they say he's allowed to say. It's comical. They pay for his show. They pay for his TV show. Anyway, he was going on about gold-foiled babies, these roasted foiled babies, right? Well, the thing is, I seen them there, and they do eat them. They're smoked. It's a Luciferian thing. And the thing is, they don't even gut the babies. Like, Elizabeth herself, her clone, said to me as a clone there,